So we now have the new Galaxy Tab S10 Lite from Samsung, which may sound a little confusing considering the Tab S11 series just came out at the same time. I guess at least it's not the S6 Lite. The color for this is actually called Coral Red. It may be hard to tell in this video, but on the box this looks pink, fuchsia, or magenta. Not even close to red in my opinion. It's a very similar design to the S10 FE. In fact, they even throw in the smart book cover from the S9 and S10 FE. As far as I know, this is Wi-Fi only. It's got the same 10.9 inch TFT LCD display as the S10 FE with up to 90 Hz refresh rate, but it's got a hair lower resolution at 2112 by 1320. It comes with Android 15, and this is actually going to be supported until August 31st of 2032. So 7 years of software and security updates. If you've got an older Tab S6 Lite, that might be a big enough reason to upgrade alone for some people. This one also comes with the older style S Pen now. I believe you only get the new and improved version with the S11 series. This looks pretty much just like the photo. Yeah, in person, it really looks like pink. You can see pretty much identical to the Tab S10 FE. Same style of speaker as the S10 FE as well. Charging port there on the bottom. SD card slot there on the left hand side or the top depending on how you're holding it. I gotta say, pretty nice build quality overall. Looks like the S Pen attaches to the back and on the side still, so that's good. Another difference is you don't have the fingerprint scanner there on the power button like on the S10 FE. Same welcome screen as on some of the other Samsung products that have came out recently. When setting up, you've got face unlock, pattern, pin, and password. Of course, you have light and dark mode. It also has the notifications and quick settings separate where they're on each corner, but you can combine those in the settings if you want to. Not a huge surprise, but pretty similar layout here to most other Samsung products that are on Android 15 One UI 7. Looks like it's using about 25 gigabytes of the 128 available. I feel like that's pretty typical. You can also adjust the motion smoothness. If you want to save battery life, you could put it on standard, which is 60 Hz instead of 90. You can see there's not that many shortcuts for the S Pen for some reason, but you can add pretty much any other app that you want to. Of course, this S Pen is going to be very similar to most other Samsung tablets. Nice thing is you don't have to charge this S Pen. It does have a couple features like AI Select, S Pen to Text. It's definitely still one of the best ways to draw, take notes, or just move around the software in my opinion. I think overall screen quality on this looks pretty good considering the price. Obviously it's not going to be as nice as their flagship tablets. I still think the screen quality is good enough for most people and it seems plenty bright enough as well. It also goes up to upscaled 4K resolution for YouTube videos as well. Build quality wise definitely feels like a step up from the older Tab S6 Lite. Then of course you also have Samsung DeX if you want to be a little more productive. It's got the new version with floating windows, or what I prefer is the classic version. Kind of nice to have both options really. It's got the taskbar down at the bottom, and of course you can do split screen on here as well. Now, not a huge surprise, but you're not going to get video out on this tablet, similar to the S10 FE and the S6 Lite, unfortunately. So you can't just connect an HDMI adapter to use with an external monitor, TV, or projector. Of course, you have the Edge panel over there on the side, which you can put pretty much any shortcut over there. You still have the option of Samsung Free or Google Discover newsfeed left of the home screen. Most of the apps pre-installed are just the ones from Google, of course a few from Samsung and Microsoft as well. It also has Circle to Search, which I think actually does come in handy sometimes. It comes with an Exynos 1380 processor, and it's got 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM, depending on if you go with 128 or 256 gigabytes of storage. It also takes a micro SD card up to 2 terabytes. As far as the benchmark scores go, you can see it's a little less than the S10 FE on the single core score, quite a bit less on multi-core score as well. You can see the GPU performance is about half as much. When you compare it to the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite, pretty similar on single core scores, quite a bit more on multi-core scores, and it's got better GPU performance as well. It seems to play games like PUBG Mobile and Asphalt Legends Unite fairly smooth. It actually feels very similar to the Galaxy Tab S10 FE. I think it's still pretty comfortable to hold, even though it's a little larger than the Tab S6 Lite. Also has an 8,000 milliamp hour battery. I know there's a lot of variables when it comes to battery life, but I ran my typical battery drain test at 100% screen brightness and it lasted about 7.5 hours. So actually a little bit better than the S10 FE. I think you can probably get a couple days with normal use, even longer if you turn the screen brightness down. It's got 2 speakers, one on each side. The speakers on here aren't going to be the loudest out there. Since you just have one on each side, probably loud enough for most people. Here's a quick sample just to give you an idea of how it sounds compared to the S10 FE. It's got a 5 megapixel camera on the front, 8 megapixel on the back. In the camera app, you've got portrait, photo, video. Under more, you've got pro video, single take, night, food, panorama, and hyperlapse. You can shoot up to 1080p resolution, 30 frames per second for video recording. The photo quality actually seems decent in my studio lighting, but here's a few quick samples just to give you an idea of what to expect on the new Galaxy Tab S10 Lite. Not sure if you can tell from these samples, but pretty much what you would expect for the photo and video quality on this tablet. I think most people are only going to use the cameras on here in a pinch, maybe if you just need to scan a document or something. But overall, not bad considering the price. So far, I really like what I see with this tablet. Again, basically a cheaper version of the S10 FE. I also like that you can use the same accessories as the S10 FE and S9 FE. Definitely gives you a lot of options when it comes to accessories. I think if you compare this to the Tab S6 Lite, it definitely makes more sense to go with this tablet. I think when you start comparing this to the Tab S10 FE, I think things get a little more interesting. I'll definitely have to do some comparisons with this and the Tab S10 FE and probably a couple other tablets that I have as well. So you'll definitely want to keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Bixby Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.